Hello, welcome back to another episode of Baker Bros Show. What's up, Zach?
What's up, Blut?
Whoa, dude.
I'm coming in real gully today. Real hot. Nah, I mean,
Welcome back. Welcome back. We had a little break, but we are back again. What do you want to talk about first? I had a couple of topics. I think we should just get straight into it.
break it down.
You remember watching porn? You remember watching porn on TV?
I remember, I did it last night.
I think if you grew up in the time that we grew up in, early 90s, you definitely remember the time of like the bubble scattered, porn that would come in. You turn it to like channel 1 or 99 or some shit like that.
Yeah, you're talking about channel 1
Yes.
or 0.
Yeah.
And it was the Spice Channel, for those who remember this.
That's right.
And my friends can absolutely quote this. And you wouldn't catch anything, and you would hear a lot of audio, you could hear a lot of sound, which still to this day is one of my favorite things. I'm a very, auditorial, visual man. But, that I remember discovering that channel. I think I got caught by Mom watching that one night. And she just casually walked out and said, "I don't want you watching that." And I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just flipping through channels, So, I mean, that's actually pretty even shocking that was a thing. I wonder if that was like a way to sell it. Because you don't know it exists, but if you're like a man of age and you're kind of casually going through and you cross it, you're like, "Oh, I'm really curious about this, right?
So,
How do I purchase this channel?"
Maybe knowing something slightly, some slight information about this, it could just be like that's just the cable splitter that gives you the access, like distorting that in a very poor way.
Yeah.
So it's probably just really cheap equipment that couldn't quite get the job done. But what a funny...
Oh, it got the job done.
You saw that one nipple and you're like, "Oh shit, was that a dude or was that a chick?"
When the screen went white, if it
would clear out for a
transition, would
second,
clear out
yeah.
for a second. Like, "Oh shit,
She's sucking her titty.
that's a tit."
It was all softcore anyways.
Yeah. I need full penetration. Fighting crime, full
doesn't?
penetration.
Who doesn't?
Fighting crime, full penetration.
Lots of lesbian scenes. I'm
okay with
I'm
that.
here for it. The funny thing were the commercials though. The Girls Gone Wild commercials. I think there was like fighting video commercials that would come out late at night.
Banned
like,
for TV, remember those?
Oh,
that was like
wild
Faces
stuff.
of Death
Yeah.
of the 90s. And it wasn't reenactments. It was like people getting hit by trains and like executions. It was hardcore.
Like this is the days of VHS.
It was.
Yeah, I mean-
It was. Yeah.
And then transitions into like the DVD scene
It did.
of like...
And then internet.
Yeah, it's obviously when we talked about that transition, witnessing that transition of the analog to digital age and all that stuff. But it's fucking hilarious that stuff was available on TV, really, really like
Accessible.
easily accessible and poorly censored.
Yeah, the assumption was, kids are in bed, right? So we'll air it at this time. It's the same thing they do, like, if you're ever sick at home and you're watching The Price is Right, and it's nothing but old people commercials. AARP.
Right.
Retirement.
Life-saving
exactly.
buttons if I fall down and
it's
break my
all
head,
a
yeah.
bunch of blue-haired people, and they're commercials. So there is a demographic of how you pitch to certain times of the day. It's incredible.
I can't tell you how many times I remember staying home on Oregon Street and just watching fucking Price is Right.
It's one of my favorite days, especially when it was raining,
Motherfucking
overcast. You had chicken soup, a Sprite, and The Price is
Cold
Right.
hot dogs. Because I was never sick.
Well, yeah, that's
You just
true.
stay
too.
home and eat
There was
all
a couple
day.
days. You know what I used to do is take the thermometer and go, and then heat that bitch up, and then put it back in my mouth. And I was like, "Oh, you were really sick." I'm like, "Yeah, I feel look terrible."
119!
You're like to the hospital.
Fucking convulsing.
Worked every time.
She's like, Mom was old school like that. She would let you convulse and be like, "You okay? I gotta go to work." And I'm like, "You'll be fine. Take a nap."
Here's an Eggo waffle.
You slammed your head on the ground and are convulsing? Take a nap.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Wake up
Rub
a
some
couple
dirt on
hours
it.
later.
But no, it's an interesting thing that you bring this up because I have a fantastic story. Do you mind if I jump into this real quick?
Go for it. Go for it.
So I used to be a night bird. I always, or a night owl, I should say. I don't know what the hell night bird is, but night
It sounds
owl.
like a. It sounds like Nighthawk's like
Sidekick.
Nightbird.
Nightbird. Very unintimidating.
Nightbird, I've
unassuming.
defeated the enemies. Call the
So,
police.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's like Robin, but more gay. Anyways, so night owl. I always wanted to stay up because I was always fascinated with like late night TV and that sort of thing. And then back in the day when we lived in Fairfield, there was a Fairfield like public access cable network channel where people could like advertise. It actually had. So I'm gonna really sub-side story into my sub-side story. There was this certain part of the program where it played this really ambient music, and Shazam doesn't exist at this time, so I've lost this song forever in the ether, and I want this ambient song from my childhood that's gone. Dog, I've been looking for years. I even put like Fairfield Public Access TV because the story I'm going to tell leads into what I caught on there one night. So I would randomly flip through there, and then one night it had to be about 11 or 12 o'clock. I don't know, and my only assumption is somebody who worked for the station decided to post their high school videos of them and their friends and their antics. They would do skits. They did music videos. And then one of the ones that stands out, two of the ones that stand out the most. One is a scenario where it's a white dude and an Asian dude in the suburbs. And the Asian dude, they're sitting on these like the foldable chairs in this dude's driveway, and they're waiting for somebody to come buy these rims. And the whole scene is them kicking it, hanging out in the suburbs, waiting for this guy to show up. They have this general banter. They're cursing. So I'm absolutely enthralled. I'm so captivated by
this. That catches your attention
immediately. I am. I had to be like maybe eighth grade.
Especially on TV.
Maybe eighth grade about this time, somewhere around there. And so I had watched this whole skit. Then this guy shows up, and they're talking shit. And he buys the rims, and then the skit ends. And that's one of the skits that these guys did. One of the other ones, because what I've come to know is they had like at least 40 or 50 videos, right?
Okay.
Because they, at the end... Well, I kept trying to catch it at the same time every night. Sometimes it would play, sometimes it wouldn't. And again, I saw some stuff. I don't know if they're all connected.
So this wasn't a one-time thing.
No.
This thing was airing regularly.
And maybe before I had even known it was going on. But no one had ever caught it. No one ever like banned it or anything like that.
So I think that's how public access TV works, right? I mean, there's no funding to it, so nobody's paying attention to
no one's really monitoring it. But
so if you had access to it, dude, you could put out shit like that, I imagine.
So outside of HBO, it was the first time I heard cursing on TV.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, before cursing was a thing.
I kind of remember back in the 90s, you would hear a new curse word, and I swear you would hear everybody talking about it.
I remember I think was it The Shield or whatever, where someone said shit or damn on TV, or it might have been like...
It kind of evolved like that.
And it was big news. It was like massive.
It's so funny because in other countries, sex is a regular thing on TV.
Nudity as well. Yeah,
in Germany, I think nudity's on TV all the time.
I'm not saying kids should be exposed to nudity all the time, but I think the demonization of the human body is such a weird American thing. People have tits and they have dicks. Sure, they shouldn't be flopping around in children's faces. No. But like this weird...
People are getting the timing off. It's like kids don't need to be told about this. If they're curious about it, don't lie to them.
I agree.
Obviously.
Yeah. Don't make up this
sex ed was perfectly fine. We started sex ed in like 6th grade and it was totally fine. This is the reproductive system.
I already knew a little bit. I probably saw a little bit.
Take it from there yourselves. You know what I mean? That's how it should be. Figure it out for yourselves and be what you are.
Make wise decisions and all that stuff. So really at the finality of this story, what I'm trying to say is one of the last episodes I ever saw was a montage of them in high school. And they've been recording since like freshman year till like senior year. And it was really beautiful. They did Cyndi Lauper's Time After Time. And it's them growing up, and it's like you can see them getting bigger, and then they start driving.
What the fuck?
And it's like this whole montage of their lives. And listen, if you're out there, you're probably never going to hear this, but I imagine they wonder still to this day who has seen those videos. If you want to know, I've actually watched a lot of your videos. And it gives me goosebumps thinking about it.
We're talking about Fairfield, California. Public access.
Yeah, around 98.
Mid to late 90s, so they're probably a little older than us.
Correct.
So you're talking about teenage years.
They're probably a senior or older by the time those were being produced, because who's playing them, how are they getting access to it? Did they hack in, or are they at the station? Like, I don't know how it works. So however they aired
Internship.
however,
I mean,
yeah,
you know what? I think
Correct.
I think the whole thing of it is those places are sought out by people who want to do stuff like that. So if you want to be in theater, you're gonna go to your local theater and ask some questions.
they were renegades, they were rebels in it.
So they could have been doing that, or they could have been Better Luck Tomorrowing that shit
Could be.
and fucking killing kids when their parents were out of
Well,
town.
I didn't think that was the whole synopsis
You know what
of
I
the
mean?
movie, but yeah,
That
fair
might as
enough.
well. I mean, that's all you need to know.
Poor John Cho.
Nah, he's doing all right.
Rest in peace.
Nah, he didn't die. He didn't
Oh
die.
no, he's still
Yeah,
alive?
yeah. You didn't see him?
No.
He did White Castle. He did all that shit.
Cowboy Bebop was good.
Cowboy Bebop was
The
not
budget
good.
was fucking trash, though. They did them
He's
so
per-
dirty.
The characters are fire.
I think they-
Everybody
yes,
looks
I agree.
The writing was atrocious. The dialogue was not great.
It wasn't fantastic, but the CGI, I couldn't believe. Dude, Netflix dishes out money to nobodies all the
They're building
time,
Their own theater.
and then
or not theater. They're
and then-
building their own studios and shit right now.
They didn't even give fucking Cowboy Bebop a chance. Anyways, we're getting off topic.
Oh, God.
so
Yeah,
let's
we're
start
doing-
from the top. But
Public access,
But
yeah.
I remember growing up, and I remember asking people, because I went to sleep the next day after when I first saw it, and I remember going to school, and I was like, is anyone seeing this? Am I the only one seeing this? And it felt like I was. I talked to all my friends.
Nobody else ever saw this?
I've never talked to anybody who's ever seen this. And it feels such a weird. I'm on
Zach,
this weird corner.
You are you're part of a club that can never probably be added to at this point, and will only get smaller
Correct.
with time
Correct.
as you people die.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're part of a club that is maybe the most exclusive club ever.
Besides Epstein's
Skull and
Island.
Bones.
Yeah.
The Skull and Bones Society. Now, there's been thousands. There's probably 25 of you. There's probably 20. You have seen. You probably account for 25% of the people. There's 4 people who've seen this, and you're a quarter of the population.
But it is a culmination or a correlation with what we're talking about when it comes to that late night TV or some of the smut, the Jerry Springers, or whatever was popping up on that time.
Who controls that? The FDA? The Food and Drug
I don't think so.
Administration?
FTC?
SEC?
FTC
The
or
SEC.
SEC?
No, that's business. They
FTC.
Whoever is in
But they don't
charge
monitor
of
probably on a
the
Fairfield
FCC.
like a FCC. Yeah,
The
FCC.
FCC.
Yeah.
the fucking country cucks.
But they don't monitor on like a public access. Maybe for the most part, unless it was like something really extreme. I mean, kids like filming themselves. I imagine people kind of like crossed it and watched it for 5 seconds and then zombied
Well,
and
not
moved
the
along.
public access. I'm talking about who's allowing
Oh.
like Girls Gone Wild commercials and saying, okay, you can start showing smut on TV after this hour.
It was, yeah, I hear you. It was probably a lot of advertising money that was paid to do that. So
Yeah.
it spoke. And
It's wild.
again, as we get older as generations, the things that were deemed accessible or acceptable are no longer acceptable.
And
right?
we're exposed to being
And we were part.
shit.
Yeah, we were. Yeah. So
Well, I
we're
wasn't.
the generation of.
We were. Excuse
Girls
me.
Gone
We
Wild.
weren't buying that stuff or supporting it.
No, I mean.
But we saw on TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In those late hours of the night and early morning. So.
I don't know. That never really interested me. Like I had a different form of eroticism that I was kind of like searching after. So
Whoa.
girls just kind of like showing their tits is not necessarily all that exciting. Like, hey, that's nice. That's great. And you know what I think it was? It found a niche of average girls in party places exposing themselves, and it just made it feel tangible and real. It's not like the gorgeous porn star or
Yeah, they tried to make-
actress or anything.
This
It's like
is an early
Joe
play
Schmo.
on like before the internet. Like people go out and just use the general public for their videos and do pranks and
Entertainment.
stuff like that. You know what I mean? So they're taking advantage of these girls.
They were.
You know what I mean? In terrible ways.
Yeah, I think he got sued a bunch.
Oh, they came
Didn't
down.
he flee to
rightfully-
Jamaica or some shit?
Rightfully so. No, I think they got that motherfucker.
Yeah, I think they
rightfully.
did eventually.
They
but
did
he-
a documentary on that shit.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't watch it, but online. But no, he got his their. Well, I don't know how much justice you can get from it, but that's just an early example of them going out and building and making a lot of money and building a company off of just drunk
Oh yeah, he got rich.
Topless.
Oh,
you know,
for sure.
females,
I mean,
so
I can't imagine how many VHS of those he sold. And then when DVD came out, he might have been on DVD.
Oh yeah.
I think I've gotten my hands on one.
I remember them selling the DVDs on the commercials for sure. I think that might have even missed the VHS. I don't know if Girls Gone Wild was on
You might be
VHS.
right.
I'm sure it was. I'm sure people put it on VHS and fucking sent it out to Indonesia or some shit like that. Fucking, you know what I mean? Some far away place that wasn't caught up on like technology and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some like, you know, Pacific Island place where it's not like connected to mainlands and shit like that.
It's possible. It's definitely feasible.
New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
I think New Zealand just got CD players last week. Dude.
I think they're just on the iPod Nano.
They got color TV in March.
That's so behind.
Of next year. Just kidding. We love you, New
They're
Zealand. You guys are awesome.
right now.
They're never gonna listen to this podcast now. Dude, New Zealanders are badass, and every one of them would probably beat the shit out of me.
Yeah.
No, the gorgeous culture and country, absolutely.
Yeah. Good for, well, yeah.
You don't know. When's the last?
I was gonna say their lamb. They're known for their lamb.
Their lamb?
Lamb.
Or their lamb?
New Zealand lamb.
Oh, okay.
L-A-M-B, the animal.
So, what was one of the next topics? What was one of the next topics?
You had the list, by
I don't have it anymore. Oh, JJ North.
Oh. How do you remember that?
JJ fucking North.
Well, let's talk about JJ North.
That was a terrible transition. I apologize.
So, no, that was funny. JJ North actually used to be, what was that kids play place? Red Zone?
Play Zone.
Was it Play Zone?
Playland.
Playland was over in Sassoon.
Right.
What was it called? I know. Not Discovery Zone. Play Zone.
Kid Disco.
Okay, so remember back in the day in the 90s, this was a big thing, was the tubed, stacked, ball pit, netted play places, right? I used to be so excited to go to this fucking
jump
place,
house,
dude.
like not jump house, but it has like bouncy stuff all throughout it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the trampoline things that are set up indoors now.
Yeah.
Exactly. The foam pits and all that shit.
Playland was bigger. I remember going to Playland, like, oh, I'll never stop having fun here.
If you went to Playland when we grew up, it was tiny.
As kids, it felt massive as fuck. I know whatever, was it Discovery Zone? Discovery Zone, right?
I have no idea about
what the fuck. Anyways, so we used to go play there all the time, and then that shit collapsed, and they, not literally,
a lot of kids died.
Yeah. And then they opened a buffet, which was JJ.
And
Norris.
then they built that buffet on top of those kids.
Those kids,
and then they
in the ball pit. You can still jump in the ball pit.
You would go up and to get food at JJ Norris, and you look over and there'd be a kid with just grabbing pizza, right? And then you look back and they'd be fucking gone
because they fell into the ball pit, which always smelled like pee. But yeah, JJ Norris was a buffet that our parents took us to, because as poor white people, you go to the buffet because you can get a lot of food for. And then I think I was 13. They were still saying we were 8.
Yeah, we would get it.
And I remember
for free sometimes. Right?
I remember the register, the person at the was like looking at us like, this kid's definitely like not 8 years old, but we're paying $8, a head or whatever it was. So then we go and fried chicken, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese. That was always my key 3. Those are the key 3 I'm gonna get for sure. Then there might be some spaghettis.
Yeah, spaghettis.
You might go get some carved
meats.
Yeah, some.
I always fucked with the pizza. I'd get a salad.
Yeah, you were always a pizza guy.
I would go for a little pizza guy. That pizza was trash, but I loved it.
It was, of course it was.
And then I get ice cream at the end. And
Jello. Yeah, the soft serve was always one of my favorites.
Soft serve was fire. It was actually really good.
Now, the Jello, let's talk about the Jello. For some reason, because we just talked about last week with Dad, our dad and our stepmom would get my brother and I to see who could fit the most amount of Jello in their mouth.
In hindsight,
it was
very
dangerous. As fuck, absolutely. But they would laugh their ass off, and me and Ryan were just stuffing giant cubes of squared red Jello down our fucking throats. And I would always win because I'm definitely the deep throater in the family.
No, you wouldn't.
You had the smallest mouth.
That was always
you still
my
have the
thing.
smallest
You
mouth.
would rarely even get the Jello. I think I would always get the Jello and just stuff it in my mouth.
I'm actually just lying. I don't remember who used to win, but it makes sense that you probably would win.
I stuffed so much Jello in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Ask Vicky; she knows.
Wait, what?
I would get $1 every time. and hook it up.
Oh, sick.
And then we would go play fucking Samurai Showdown
Yeah.
on the arcade machine. Oh,
Man, I love that place. Very nostalgic.
Nostalgic as fuck.
That soft serve was the dark.
Good enough food.
Yeah, you know what you're getting.
And then it fucking disappeared. What did it change to?
Hometown Buffet.
Hometown Buffet.
Which has like it's I don't think it's national, or at least there's one in Vacaville for a long time.
I wonder where exactly JJ North's was like.
I think it might have been just an independent buffet, and it got bought out by a corporation or brand.
There was others in the East Bay, I think, because that's
I want to look this up.
I believe that's where my coworkers was saying his girls.
Oh, interesting.
area,
JJ North's.
like
It might have been a smaller chain that got eaten up by a bigger chain.
I'm sure, yeah. Hometown Buffet, fucking
JJ North's.
dude from Hometown Buffet walked in with a fucking suit on, and said, "You guys struggling? Huh?
Where's JJ?
We're gonna buy you out.
Where's Mr. North's?"
That big Hometown Buffet money.
Hey, shout out to JJ North's though. Like as a kid,
yeah,
for us, you don't see it as poverty eating. You see it as like, oh, this is the life. Wait, you mean I can go to a place and I can eat whatever the fuck I want and as much as I want? I still think that's a badass experience. It's very fun. It's very American. It's very gluttonous, but it's fun. It's indulgent.
Well, yeah, it's a cool option to go have several different types of foods and dinners back to back, like plates. You know what I mean?
Me and my boy Franco, we went to Hometown Buffet with some of our friends, and we have an inside joke that he still laughs about to this day. He thinks is very funny. Is we were eating, and I look at his plate. He has a bunch of fries, and I took a fry and I ate it right in front of his fucking face. And he looked at me like, you're taking my food. I'm like, so get more. And he's like, "You're right. I can't get that. I just can get more." So yeah. So, I mean, I've had good times at JJ North's Hometown Buffet, no problem. Again, you're not getting top tier food, but you know when you want to gorge yourself out on fried chicken and mashed potatoes and mac and cheese and pizza, you can do that.
Yeah. What the fuck?
It's like white kid delight.
The only buffet we have in town is King's Buffet. So it's more like seafood.
Yeah, King's Buffet is actually very popular. I've been to King's Buffet. Yeah. It's a good time.
I'd rather do like sushi and stuff. I'm not huge on the
seafood buffet.
Yeah, I get
seafood
it. Stuff,
I mean, it's not 100% that way, but yes, it does specialize in just seafood particularly. But I remember going there for one of my friend's graduation parties senior year. It's good.
Yeah. Not bad.
Yeah, but King's Buffet. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, we don't have that. I don't think we have any other place we can go fucking buffet it up.
Not that I know. Dude. I've never been to like a Cece's. You ever been to a Cece's? The pizza buffet?
No.
I want to go just to see how
it's all pizza.
Good or bad amazing, it is, but it's like
I don't know. I've heard bad things about Cece's.
I bet.
So.
And then what's the other one?
I don't know that though. So go try it. Let us know.
Yeah. Let us know what.
I'm not.
Put down in the comments if Cece's good pizza or not.
Nobody comments on our videos.
That's why I said it. That's why I said it. It's facetious. And then there's another one. There's a. Oh man.
We have a couple of pizza spots out here. I don't think there's Pieology. I don't know if that's.
No, I think that's buffet. Like by the pie.
There's Blaze Pizza. I don't know if that's.
That's by the pie.
Okay.
Some of these might be by the slice, but that doesn't really feel like buffet.
Nah, nobody does.
You can't. Buffet is pay one price, eat all you want, right?
Yes.
If it's a la carte, then you're just paying for more.
They should have like free days. They should have free days for like specific. If you're white, you can eat free this day.
I knew you were gonna go there for some reason.
Because they could. Why just give everybody like their free day? You know what I mean?
Oh, so it's our free day of the
month. But it can include all. You have to include every single race. Turkish people get to eat free today. Mixed. You have to take a DNA test, and they'll send you out your coupon for your free day. You can come on December 2nd.
That sounds like the government is like desperate for your DNA and information.
That's not a good plan.
You know what Nancy told me recently is that the government has been using people's submitted DNA and then testing their like family branches to see what it's connected to, and they've been solving cold cases with people that have been submitting their DNA because Uncle fucking Steve murdered some blonde bitch in 73.
Oh shit!
Yeah, dude, it's all orchestrated.
Just wait until they're
all orchestrated.
I was thinking it was like wait until they just start feeding like animals like steroid ridden like rabies fucking drugs
Mm-hmm.
and releasing them into the inner cities.
This is the plot for a new movie.
This
What
is
this?
yeah.
Is this I Am Legend 2?
It's called Terrorize. I was gonna say Terrorizer, but that's a fucking movie already.
Is that the clown one?
yes.
I've seen the first one, but I haven't seen the second one. You seen the second one yet?
So hear me out. Let's get into this. I started watching it, and then I went back to watch it because I started watching it on Amazon Prime,
Mm-hmm.
and I went back to watch it, and lo and behold, I have to pay to watch it now.
Why?
I don't know.
If you have Prime, why would you have to pay
I think
to
it's a
watch
timing thing, but it's really fucking bullshit. If I'm in the middle of watching something, let me finish watching it, and then put it say I gotta pay for it.
it? Yeah.
So it's like
What does it cost them?
Because I think they have a certain amount of time for their rights to air it, own it, and rent it out, and then once it goes to another platform, it's free on that one.
But pay.
But then now you have to pay on every other platform. That's
That makes
carrying
sense.
it. I don't know.
That makes sense.
I don't know. It's fucking stupid.
So,
That and fucking Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I was watching that too.
I think it's a great movie. It's
And
like coming of age.
As soon as those titties came out, fucking boom.
Over. We don't want to watch it
Well, I
anymore.
paused it at that point, of course. But then I went back to watch it again, and then
That is a legendary scene.
oh my god, it's so good.
She's so hot.
Oh, you guys gotta check that out if you haven't seen it. I think that's probably a pretty slept-on movie nowadays for kids this generation.
Yeah, it's because it doesn't speak to.
It's still
The
a pretty
times.
good coming of age.
Well,
Though.
but you have to be of age in a certain capacity to understand a coming of age film.
Yeah.
To appreciate the process of growing up and the awkwardness.
No
and
phones, no
rite
cell
of
phones.
passages.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that as well. So, you get older, you start to look back and you're like, oh yeah, I can. It doesn't change.
Yeah,
None
we
of-
used, to
none
have
of our-
to, we used to have to jerk off with our imaginations.
I mean, I still do sometimes. I still do sometimes. Yeah, the visual aids that are out there are prevalent. I'll say that.
All right. I feel like. Oh, we'll see. Who cares?
What?
Nothing. Online.
Online.
Have you been watching Always Sunny?
I haven't watched any
episodes?
of the new seasons.
Oh
yet.
my
I've
God,
been
bro.
kind of on a TV kind of drought
Hiatus.
lately. I've just been so busy. I've been so busy.
I feel you. We watched the first couple episodes. It's fucking awesome.
Good.
You
Yeah,
gotta check it out.
I'm very excited to get into it.
My coworker has not seen a single episode.
That's a travesty.
I almost punched him in the throat.
Tell him start with episode 1.
I tell him all the time. I've
It'll
been
change
telling
your
him for the
life.
last couple of days. He's rolling around in a wheelchair right now because he broke his top of his what is this? Your fibula?
Mm-hmm.
Playing volleyball.
Damn.
He's a little bit older than us. So he's rolling around at work in the wheelchair that they provide there.
Like a scooter one?
Nope, just
like an
like
actual
the old,
wheelchair?
yeah, actual
How the fuck is he
wheelchair.
working?
He's not. He's on light duty, so he's
Oh.
just kind of helping out where he can and stuff like that. He's got a big Stone Cold Steve Austin knee brace on, and he just rolls around. And we call him Hot Rod, and we call him Professor X. So he came over to my bay, and he goes, hey, what's that mutant X-Men guy who sits in the wheelchair and he has the psychic powers? And I go, Professor X. He's like, yeah, I'm that guy. So I was like, started dying laughing.
Hey, Professor X.
So he starts imitating him and doing his psychic powers and doing just this weird face where he's like, and so he would ride around, pop out from on the other side of the unit I'm working on, and fucking we'll lock eyes and he'll start doing that to me and I'll act like I'm dying or something like that. God damn, it was so fucking funny, bro. It's been a blast. You can't help but laugh at his hijinks while he's hurt. Unfortunately,
That's funny. No, you do have a sense of humor about it. It's not over serious, so.
this fucking asshole put squeaking sounds on his phone, and then started rolling around like the wheelchair was hard to push. So he was going through the store like that, coming out to the shop, Everybody was commenting on it. Even our new service manager, he went through the office and went past him. And when Nick got past him, our service manager went, "Wow, those wheels are really squeaky." He's like, "You just get that fixed tomorrow."
That's hilarious.
Nick, I love you, dude. It was so fucking funny.
That's
bro.
a great sense of humor.
Oh my god. Yeah, good time. I guess we'll wrap it up there. And keep it short and sweet. Thank you for joining us. Look out for the next episode. It will be out following Friday, I guess, whenever this airs. Zach, you got anything you want to put out?
No. It's good to be back.
Sick. Catch us on social media. You catch us on Instagram right now.
And in real life.
Please don't do that. Catch us on social media.
Come see me at my house.
No. Social media, Instagram, Baker Bro Show, and you can follow our links to YouTube from there. And have a good day.
Bye.